Okay, hello and welcome to the third offer holder webinar for the LSE LLM Law School LLM program. So welcome everybody. So today I'll be talking to you. So I am Marisol Alarcón. I'm the LLM Service Delivery Manager, and I'll be talking to you about everything I guess you need to think about now that you're about to commence, about to arrive here on campus. So I'll be talking to you about enrollment, about the LSE Welcome, and also the LLM Welcome Week schedule that we have organized for you. I'll talk to you a little bit about student representatives and how you can nominate yourself, and about language grants that are available and the exciting events ahead. We'll also be hearing from Oliver Hales, who's on the line to talk to you about some mooting opportunities. During this webinar, it's different to the ones we've had before. We'll have a live Q&A, so you'll have the opportunity to type in some questions, and at the end we'll go through and answer as many as we can during this webinar. So first things first, enrollment. So the majority of you should have now pre-enrolled online. So the way that you pre-enroll is you would have received an email letting you know to do this step. It's obviously it's the first step. It's a two-part enrollment process. So this is the first of that step, of those steps. And what it does, it gives you access to LSE microsites. So it also gives you access to Moodle, and you can start setting up your email address. It will also allow you to choose courses when course selection opens on the 25th of September. But very importantly, as I said before, it's a two-part process. So campus enrollment, so you'll be coming on campus, so you have a scheduled on-campus enrollment time, which is on Friday, the 19th of September. That's when we'll be seeing the majority of you here on campus. And that's when you'll be coming in, showing us some of your documentation and just sort of to verify your eligibility to study here. Once you go through that process, you then get your ID card. What's really important, that's a very important part of enrollment, because without this second step, the campus enrollment step, you can't attend classes. I know we've received a few emails recently about the fact that some of you may not be able to make it on the 19th. That's okay. So if you are not available or unable to attend on Friday the 19th, there will be an opportunity for you to enroll late or later. So there's a link that will circulate after this webinar. So something I forgot to mention, we are recording this, so we will be circulating the recording and the slides. So anything that you see on here, you'll have access to click on and read again in your time. So with the late arrivals, so you'll have the opportunity to book a different slot. So obviously Friday the 19th of September is specifically for LLM students, but using this link, you'll be able to book an appointment for later in the welcome week. So if you attend on the 22nd of September, so I know some of you have said you won't be able to make it until the Monday, that's fine. You should be able to book in a slot to enroll then. So welcome, LSE Welcome. So there's some links here that you can have a look at once you receive the slides. So there's some information here about the events and activities that will be happening during Welcome Week. There's also a presentation that you can watch either live or you can watch the recording of. There's the link there. And we also have a video here that we think is really important, because Moodle is the learning management software, the platform that we use for our courses here at LSE. So you'll need to become very familiar with that. So have a watch. Then very excitingly, I know a lot of students like to receive merchandise. So you would have received, once you've pre-enrolled, an email with a QR code explaining and giving you the instructions on how to order your free LSE hoodie. It looks really nice this year, a navy blue hoodie with the LSE logo on it. So don't miss out on ordering your hoodie. So welcome week for the LLM program starts on the 19th. So I know, as I said before, some of you may not be able to make it on the 19th. That's okay. All of these sessions will be recorded, but most of you will be here. And what we're going to start off with, obviously you'll have your on-campus enrollment, followed by a welcome from the dean and the LLM program director. You'll also hear a little bit more from me, from the student union as well. And then we'll also hear about the LLM community and events available for you to sign up for. What we'll have that day is a nice lunch. So of course it's optional, but it'd be really great for all of you to come along, and it'll give you an opportunity to network and just get to know some of your classmates. In the afternoon, that same day, we'll have a session on pro bono opportunities. So really interesting opportunities for you to get some experience while you're here doing your LLM. We'll also hear from the LSE library staff. So we have a dedicated law school librarian that can help you with all things to do with the library and research. We'll also hear from the librarian from the Institute of Advanced Legal Studies, that you will also have membership to that library. We'll hear from the career services available to you as an LLM student. And then we'll have the last session of that day will be about improving your English legal writing. So there'll be some information about what you can do to improve your legal writing. Then the week, sort of the official welcome week of LSE commences. So from the 22nd of September, what we'll have in the morning, very important, a date for your calendar, is that the course selection opens for viewing. So that will be in the morning, and you'll get the opportunity to have a look at what's actually on offer, what the system looks like, and how you would go about selecting your courses. It's very timely. Straight after that at 11 a.m., we'll be having a talk about course selection. So what to expect, how to plan your choices, and all the sort of tips that we can give you around that. We'll also then tell you about the exams and assessments in the LLM program, so about how we assess you during your time in the LLM, but also the support available to you. We'll also have the course convener of the dissertation course that will come and talk to you about the dissertation course, which is one of the courses that you'll be studying in the LLM and a very important part of completing your degree. Something optional, of course, but something fun that we do every year with our LLM, our new cohort, is that we get a big group photo, and it's really fun because you sort of realize later on how sort of new you were on that first day, and we then share the photo, and then you'll all look back in the future and go, oh, look, we became really good friends. And we were sort of strangers, I guess, in the beginning. So what we have during this first week of your LLM program, or welcome week, is we'll be running some academic sessions. They're going to give you the foundation that you need for the LLM program. So they'll be touching on some of the key subject areas that you'll be covering during your LLM. So the first session that you will have will be on public international law, and that will be on that Monday afternoon. On Tuesday, you'll have another academic session, but this time it will be on EU law, followed by consent ed workshops. So they're 1.5 hours, and what will happen, you'll get an email when the time comes, letting you know when your session will be, the room and time. So you'll all be broken into smaller groups for that activity. Then another academic session on regulation. So that will be from 4 to 5:30. And then the highlight of a lot of our past LLMs was the LLM welcome reception, which is at the Law Society. So that's at 5:45, and it's a really great opportunity for you to get to know your fellow students, but also there'll be the dean will be there and other faculty members. So it's a good network opportunity. On Wednesday, you'll be attending another academic session on common law. There's three common law sessions. That would be the first one. And then another highlight of the week will be the legal London walking tours. So again, where we are located, I know if you've attended our previous webinars, we talked about how we're kind of adjacent to legal London and, steeped in history and really grand buildings. So you'll be walking around, getting to learn more about that, but also to just get a sense of how incredible London is and how fantastic our location is in relation to those historical places. Then on Thursday, another date for you to record in your calendar, which is the course selection opens for you. So that is a day that you'll be logging in and you'll be selecting your courses for the LLM program. Then at 2:30 that day, you'll have your second common law session. And then on Friday, we'll have a drop-in session. So myself and my colleague Jeff will meet you in the student common room, and you can drop in if with any questions about course selection. Then you'll have your last common law session, followed by a treasure hunt, which is again optional. I haven't I guess the fact that it's optional shouldn't stop you from signing up, and you'll receive more information about how to sign up in the newsletter. So something exciting about joining the LLM program is that we have we we select, or you will select. So you nominate yourselves, and then there's an election, and 6 of you will be elected to represent your cohort. So we really value your voice, so the student voice, and we meet with the student reps regularly, and we're in contact with you all the time to find out how you're going, to hear about, to get feedback from you. So in Welcome Week, that's when you'll be nominating yourselves and the elections will begin. And then the 6 elected student representatives will then be responsible for attending key committees where you'll be asked to collate feedback from your fellow students and bring them to us for us to discuss and just to sort of address any particular issues or questions that you might have. So really important role that we really value. Another sort of thing to mention to you today is that during your time here at LLM, you may be interested in studying a language. These are called non-degree language courses because they don't count towards the requirements of your LLM program, but you may be interested in learning a new language or practicing or perfecting some knowledge that you might have already. So there's lots of languages to choose from, and the law school has put aside some money to subsidize this slightly. So all LLM students are eligible for £150 towards one of these courses. So if it's something that you're interested, definitely have a look at what languages are offered, and registrations will open on the 22nd of September. Upcoming events. So this is also our past LLM cohorts have always appreciated the fun and really interesting and networking events that we offer. So obviously in Welcome Week, we talked about the treasure hunt and the London Legal Walking Tour. So these are a really good way to again spend time with your fellow students, but also learn a little bit about London and LSE. So you'll get in the newsletter that will come out after this webinar, you'll get links to so that you can book in for those activities. On the 1st of October, we will be running an LLM panel, alumni panel, and this is where you'll get to hear from LLM alumni about their study experiences, where their careers have taken them, and you can get a chance to ask them questions, hear about all their experience, and then there'll be an opportunity to network afterwards. Another highlight and fun weekend is the Brighton trip. That's going to be on the 24th to the 26th of October. It's a fun weekend and you'll be staying at the beach. So a pebble beach, so no sand in sight, just pebbles. And we stay on the waterfront, and and we have some fun activities planned for you that weekend. So there's a walking tour, there's karaoke, there's bingo, really yummy buffet breakfast and dinners as well. So this is there is a charge of £130, which is really it's a bargain for all the fun that you will have. So definitely look out for more information on the Brighton weekend. So I'm going to hand you over now to Oliver Hales, who's on the line, to talk to you about some mooting opportunities.
Thanks, Marisol, and hello everyone. My name's Oliver Hales. I teach a range of courses on the LLM, including international energy law, transnational environmental law, and advanced issues in international arbitration. So I might be meeting some of you in one or more of those courses in the near future. Today I'm presenting on mooting opportunities in my capacity as academic director of mooting. Hopefully, most of you have received an email outlining a call for applications to participate and to coach as well the cross-examination moot and the Jessup moot. Already the cross-moot team has been composed, but the Jessup applications are closing on Monday. There's still time to prepare an application if you haven't already, and many of you will know that this is one of the largest and most prestigious mooting competitions in the world, focusing on a fictional dispute before the International Court of Justice. There are a bunch of other mooting opportunities in the pipeline. One of the other major external moots is the Viz moot, focusing on commercial arbitration. At the beginning of term, there'll be a call for applications, and the key contact for that competition is Dr. Paul McMahon. Paul's also told me he will be calling for student coaches, one or two coaches in particular, if you have previous Vismoot experience, but you are no longer eligible to participate because, for example, you are already you have already practiced. Another major moot is the Oxford IP moot. Luke McDonough is the key contact for that. You'll note on the slide I have given some of the key timelines. We have a policy that you cannot participate in any more than one of these major moots, simply because on top of your academic obligations, they are quite time-consuming, and to do more than one would be too burdensome. Finally, I want to plug the Law Society's Bar and Chambers Division. When I took on the role of mooting director about a year ago, I didn't quite realize how many moots the students organize through the Bar and Chambers Division. They run about 30 a year. I've mentioned a couple here on the slide, but if you want to get involved in these mooting competitions, the best way to get in touch with them is to follow their Instagram account. And if you are wanting perhaps to apply for mini pupilages or to ultimately join the bar, this might be one of the best opportunities, not only to practice your written and oral advocacy skills, but also to connect with various members of chambers in London, because the the coaches tend to be drawn from bar and bench. That's all I really wanted to plug today. You're welcome to email me if you have any questions about mooting in general, or if you wish to apply for the GESIP but have not received the instructions on how to apply. As I say, there are about 3 days remaining before you need to file your application, and then there will be oral trials to select the ultimate team. Thanks, Marisol. That's all from me.
That's great. Thank you. So now we'll go over to questions. So I'm not sure if we've got any live questions in the chat to be answered. Do we have any? Okay.
There's two in the chat at the moment.
Okay.
There's one regarding Prepare to Learn at LSE, the course on Moodle. And is it expected that we complete the whole entire course before we start? I think that's actually a course probably set up by the SSC. So we don't know too much about that off the top of our head, but it's probably an optional course I'd suggest that you'd have to complete. The second question is, if we cannot make it to Welcome Week, can I join most events online? Unfortunately not, but some events will be recorded. The lectures will be recorded, so you'll be able to view those online. But some of the other events, obviously, you need to be there in person for some of them. Are there any documents we need to bring for enrolment? There's further information on the documentation that you need to bring to enrolment on the LSE website. If you just see, what I'll do is I'll put the link in the chat for everyone.
So there's a question there about the Welcome Week academic sessions, and yes, all of the sessions will be recorded, and that includes the academic sessions as well. So there's a question there about research assistant positions available. So I guess, yeah, so any of those sort of job opportunities and things like that you can apply for. There will be some more information about careers and things like that during Welcome Week. There'll be a session then, and we should be able to get some more information to you about any other sort of positions that become available.
Yeah, just to jump on that one.
Yeah.
We will be circulating a weekly newsletter as well, where they can find all this information related to job opportunities and etc. So please just keep an eye on that newsletter coming out. The first one will be on week 1, so that's on the 2nd of October, and from onwards. So every Thursday we will have a section just for job opportunities, so you can always have a look there.
That's the next question there is quite a good one. So what happens during course selection? So it will open on the 25th of September, but classes don't commence until the following Monday. So that's when teaching begins. And what we normally say to students is, in that sort of first week, you'll attend some classes, have get a sense if it is the course for you, or even if you happen to be on the wait list for a particular course. You might decide that you want to change things around once you've attended class. It's really important, though, that when course selection opens, is that you do select the required number of courses that you need for the LLM, so that you don't end up with less courses. So it's important that you have the full load, and you can make changes until the end of week 2 of teaching. So it gives you a little bit of time. But we'll be talking to you more about course selection on Monday, the 22nd. And again, there'll be a live Q&A in the room. So if you've got any key questions, you can. And then we also have that drop-in on the Friday of Welcome Week, where you can sort of double check things with us as well. You don't need to submit the SOP for any of our law courses, because they are allocated first come, first serve. So what will happen is we will allocate places in that order, and we will not be, so that's for law. Obviously, if you were choosing courses outside of the law department, then you would have to check what the process is for applying for those particular courses by contacting those departments. Okay, we'll double check that about the London walking tour. We'll get back to you on that. And it will be, the link will be included in the newsletter. So if there's any corrections that need to be made, we'll do that. So keep an eye out for the newsletter. Yes, so that's right. Course selection does work on a first come, first serve. And I think
We
we've got
have,
all of the questions.
sorry, we have a question related to, there is this student who hasn't received the link for free hoodie. I believe that's managed by LSE Central, right?
Yes, that's right. So from what I understand, after you've pre-enrolled, so you would have received a link to pre-enroll. So if you haven't received that, definitely get in touch via the law.llm email address, and we can chase that for you. But it's after you've pre-enrolled, it's at that point that they'll be sending out emails with the QR code. But if you have pre-enrolled and you haven't received that link, we could also follow that up for you. So if you send us an email, we can chase that for you. Anything else? Any other? The Q&A.
I've answered those,
Okay.
so yeah. Okay.
Excellent, thank you. Any other questions? Okay, so I can't seem to see any other questions coming through. So just moving to this slide here, where you can contact us, and don't forget the offer holder webpage. That's a really good question about the law firms. Actually, I've just seen one last question there, or unless there's more to come, but the careers service. So we will be hearing from them on Friday the 19th. They'll be giving you some information about some of the events that happen across the term, but also we have a specialized careers person for the law school, so Elizabeth Holden, that you'll be hearing from as well, and she'll be running a few sessions during autumn term and winter term, and some of those sessions include sort of bringing people in from law firms to talk to you. Oh, Oliver, yes.
Sorry to jump in, but this question prompted me to plug another opportunity, which is the masterclass on international arbitration that is run by practitioners from 3 Crowns LLP, one of the preeminent arbitration firms. Already, I've seen that the registration link is live on the LSE Law events page. So if you're wanting to upskill and to network with arbitration practitioners, that might be something you're interested in.
Yeah, that's a great point. That throughout the term, there will also be lots of events, masterclasses, and things that we will be promoting to you as well. So you would, it's just a really good idea to keep an eye on anything that we send you from the law school. So we'll have a programs newsletter, but there will also be an events newsletter sort of highlighting any of the key events and activities for the week. Is there anything else there? Oh, we've got a question here about, which is very much related to our sort of careers support that we offer here, that is very specialized to the law school. So you'll have the opportunity to meet one-on-one with Elizabeth Holden, and you can have conversations with her about, you know, how you can prepare for applying for internships, but also any other sort of career paths that you're interested in. So you will get an introduction. We will introduce you to her on Friday, but there'll also be other opportunities. And the alumni panel is a really good sort of event to meet, obviously, the alumni, but there will be careers people there that you can talk to about kind of the depending on where you are in your career journey, about, you know, what sort of the recommended next steps and guidance is. Oh, that's a question for Carla, maybe, about the
Yeah,
alumni
so
panel.
we will be opening a sign-ups shortly. So probably next week on the last newsletter that we'll be sending out, volume 7, there will be a sign-up for the alumni panel on the 1st of October.
That's great. Thank you. Okay, so it sounds like a few of you might not have received the QR code for the hoodie. So what we'll do, we will try and get some more information about that, because it's unfortunately it's not something that I look after, but I can find out, and we can circulate that to you all, so you know what you need to do or what the next steps are in terms of ordering that hoodie. Any other? I think that's it. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining us today, and we really look forward to seeing you on Friday. Hopefully most of you will be able to make it on Friday the 19th, and we will be very excited to see you. But if not, if it's on the Monday, that's okay too. All right. And if you've got any questions, just send us an email to law.llm@lse.ac.uk, and look out for the newsletter, which will be coming soon. Thank you.